dark side of Michael Jackson's global fame. At first, Michael Jackson looked like magic. The music, the dancing, the voice, everything about him felt unreal. Millions of people around the world saw Michael Jackson not simply as a celebrity, but as something much larger. A global phenomenon. At the height of his fame, he became one of the most recognizable human beings on Earth. Fans screamed everywhere he appeared, concerts sold out instantly, crowds lost control emotionally just seeing him walk onto a stage. And yet, behind the fame, luxury, and worldwide success, another reality slowly existed underneath the surface. Because becoming the most famous person in the world creates psychological pressure very few human beings could ever survive comfortably. Michael Jackson entered fame extremely young, before adulthood, before emotional maturity, before fully understanding the cost of global attention. As part of the Jackson 5, he grew up performing constantly. Tours, television appearances, music recordings. While ordinary children experienced normal childhoods, Michael Jackson lived inside non-stop entertainment pressure. That environment shaped him permanently. At first, audiences saw only talent. But behind the scenes, Michael's life became increasingly controlled by expectations, performance demands, and public attention. And over time, fame slowly replaced normal human experiences. Privacy disappeared. Freedom disappeared. Trust became difficult. That reality deeply affected him emotionally. Especially because modern celebrity culture was beginning to transform dramatically during his rise. Television expanded globally. Tabloid media exploded. Public obsession with celebrity lives intensified. And Michael Jackson became the center of global fascination. Every performance became history. Every appearance became headlines. Every rumor became worldwide discussion. That level of attention changes people psychologically. Because humans were never designed to live under permanent global observation. Yet Michael Jackson experienced exactly that. At first, fame looked glamorous. Luxury homes, private jets, massive success. But behind the image existed another reality: isolation. As his fame expanded, Michael Jackson increasingly appeared emotionally disconnected from ordinary life. Many people around him described loneliness, the inability to trust people completely, fear of public exposure, and perhaps the deepest struggle of all, the loss of a normal identity outside celebrity. Because when someone becomes globally famous at such a young age, personal identity often becomes trapped inside public performance. Michael Jackson experienced that pressure for decades. And the larger his fame became, the more emotionally intense public attention grew. Fans treated him almost like mythology. Not human, a symbol. That emotional obsession created enormous pressure. Especially because audiences expected perfection constantly. Every song had to become legendary. Every performance had to become unforgettable. Every appearance had to maintain the image of the king of pop. That level of expectation becomes psychologically exhausting over time. Especially when social isolation increases simultaneously. Meanwhile, the media intensified everything. Criticism, rumors, controversies, speculation. And over time, Michael Jackson stopped looking like simply an artist inside public conversation. He became one of the most analyzed celebrities in modern history. That environment created emotional damage difficult to fully understand from the outside. Because celebrity culture often transforms human beings into entertainment products. Every emotional moment becomes headlines. Every private struggle becomes public discussion. Every mistake becomes permanent global memory. Michael Jackson experienced that reality at one of the largest scales ever recorded. At some point, audiences stopped seeing him as a normal person entirely. And perhaps that was one of the most tragic parts of his fame. Because despite enormous success, Michael Jackson often appeared emotionally trapped inside the image the world created around him. That contradiction became increasingly visible over time. The world admired him endlessly, yet he often looked isolated emotionally. Some experts believe extreme fame creates psychological environments almost impossible for ordinary human minds to manage long-term, especially when fame begins during childhood. Because identity becomes connected entirely to public attention. And once audiences emotionally depend on a celebrity image for inspiration, entertainment, or fantasy, that celebrity feels enormous pressure to maintain the image constantly. Michael Jackson experienced that pressure for most of his life. And modern media culture amplified everything. At first, newspapers and television controlled celebrity attention. Then the internet arrived. Online discussions expanded globally. Rumors spread faster. Celebrity obsession intensified permanently. Even after his death, Michael Jackson remained one of the most discussed celebrities online. That reveals something deeply unsettling about modern fame. The internet never truly lets celebrities disappear. Their image survives permanently inside digital culture. And audiences continue emotionally consuming their identity forever. Michael Jackson became one of the clearest examples of that transformation. Because his fame extended beyond music itself, he influenced fashion, dance, entertainment, global pop culture. At some point, Michael Jackson stopped looking like simply a musician. He became one of the most powerful celebrity symbols in modern history. But behind the symbol existed another reality many audiences rarely fully considered. A human being trying to survive permanent global attention. That may be the hidden truth behind Michael Jackson's life. The world saw greatness, success, and legendary performances. But behind the spotlight existed another reality. Constant pressure, constant isolation, constant emotional exhaustion. And surviving that level of fame may have required sacrifices no ordinary person could ever fully understand. Because modern celebrity culture does not simply create stars. Sometimes, it slowly consumes them.